Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle Ford. We're here at the Northeast Film Festival. I'm here with Todd Staruch, and he's with the film Nana. So, Todd, tell me a little bit about the film before we get started.
Well, Nana is a short film, a two-character short film. It's based on an actual incident that happened between me and my own grandmother. And it's about a young boy who gets into an argument with his grandmother, and they part sort of on bad terms. And he's distraught by this, and he doesn't know how he's going to get over it. And then Nana comes to visit him, and then we find out how he can get some closure with what happened.
And I'm assuming you're the writer on this film. Any other roles for you?
Writer and director. And, in indie film, we wear a lot of hats, so I carried a lot of lights and other things.
And so, obviously, this is based on a story that happened to you when you were young. Is this something that you've kind of been ruminating on for the entirety of your life, or?
Yeah, pretty much. It was been with me for 30 years, so it took me 30 years to finally get some sort of closure, and through filmmaking, I was able to do it, so it turned out pretty well.
And we were just chatting momentarily about how we met and saw each other many years ago, pre-pandemic. So tell me a little bit about your journey in this industry before the pandemic and then, of course, now.
Well, I got into indie filmmaking. I didn't even know it was a thing like 10 or 12 years ago. And I just met some people and started talking. And then they cast me in one of their movies as an extra. And then I just said, you know what, I think I'd really like to do this. So pandemic, messed with all of us, but there's always a way. Like we did a lot of things remote, a lot of things over Zoom, and now I'm just grateful that we can do events like this again, back in person.
Yeah, absolutely. So did you take a little bit of a turn as an actor in there?
Not in this film. I have. No, I do not call myself an actor. Let's not get
in the
crazy.
past.
Let's say I've been in films, though.
Well, it's good. It's good to wear all hats and to literally see it from all angles and have a turn in each role. That's great. So what's next for you after Nana?
Well, I have a good friend who runs a production company called Theater of Terror, so I'm working as a producer on a sequel horror anthology that we're working on, so we're putting the finishing touches on that. And other than that, for myself, I'm not quite sure yet. I have a lot of things in my head, and I need to dig up the buried treasure in the backyard to finance everything. So.
Oh, I understand that. Yeah. And so, how long have you been working on Nana? When did the initial concept sort of just kind of begin?
I don't really know. I think it was sort of lurking for a long time. And then I did a short film, like a crime thriller, as my first short film, and that went pretty well. And I said, what am I going to do next? And I actually had a dream about my grandmother. And then I woke up and I said, I know what it is. I know what it is, and I wrote it and put everything together, and we did it just as we were sort of coming out of the pandemic. So it was pretty fortunate timing.
That's amazing. How remarkable a dream, to inspire you like that. That's wonderful. And great to have a project ready to go as soon as we're all kind of back in action again after the pandemic. That's lovely. Where are you in the festival circuit with Nana right now?
We're kind of winding things down. We've been screening it for about a year now. So I've been waiting for this one. I've known Larry for a long time, and he always does a great job with all his festivals. So I think 2022 will kind of wind it down, and then I'll put it online, and then we'll see what happens next.
Wonderful. And with that, Todd, where can everybody find you online and find Nana, information about Nana?
I'm a social media whore, so I am really not hard to find. My website is horrornerd.net. And you can find me on social media under my real name, Todd Staruch, Staruch. I'm everywhere. I'm really not that hard to find.
So your handle, are you super interested in the horror genre?
That is my first love. I'm the horror nerd for a reason. I make a lot of horror movies, but filmmaking is filmmaking, and I love the experience, and the idea for Nana came into my head, and I said, I really want to do this, and I'm glad that I did.
Yeah. Will you be kind of moving back towards the horror genre after Nana?
Oh, for sure. With the Theater of Terror, like I said, this horror anthology we're working on, and then we've got another kind of horror comedy we're starting to cook up. So, for sure, we'll get back to that.
That's great. And I'm sure you've been at Neff Horror Fest, I'm imagining?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good, all right.
Well, Todd, it was so wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me again. And best of luck to you and to Nana and to all the films that you're producing in the future.
Great,
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.